Welcome to Yehewin Yoga. Today we'll be doing a 30-minute Hatha practice. I invite you first to find a comfortable sitting position. Just noticing your breath as we move through these physical postures to promote flexibility and strength. We'll inhale the arms overhead, exhale the arm down. Inhale arms up, exhale arms down. Once more up and back to the ground. Inhale arms up, one arm down and bending over slightly towards that arm. Inhale arms up, other arm down and bending over slightly. Inhale arms up and just taking a side bend again on each side once more. Inhale up and exhale, bending to the opposite side. Inhale arm up, exhale down. Inhale arms up, exhaling, twisting to one side. Maybe the hand comes to the opposite knee. Inhale arms up, and on the exhale, twisting. Finding length in your spine on each inhale, and twisting on each exhale. Inhale arms up, exhale down, making your way to a tabletop. So hands are below the shoulders, knees below the hips. And then you can widen the knees and coming back into a child's pose. Maybe rocking the forehead side to side. Stretching the arms overhead if that feels comfortable. Just noticing how this pose feels in your hips and body. Inhale back up to tabletop. It's going to take a cat-cow stretch here, moving with the natural rhythm of your breath. Perhaps moving slowly or quicker, whichever speed that you need today. So just being gentle with yourself as you warm up the body and the spine. Be mindful of your alignment, having lines from your wrists to your shoulders and knees to your hips. Inhale to look up and exhale to arch the back. You're going to inhale the right leg up and the left arm up. Exhale down, and on the other side, left leg up and right arm up. Finding a sense of stability and strength here. Engaging your core. Exhale it back down. Stretching the hands forwards and coming down to your tummy slowly. Just bringing the legs together behind you. Inhale to peel up. Do a cobra. Exhaling down. Inhaling up and just holding and breathing here. And exhaling back down to the ground. And once more, inhale up. You can straighten the arms if you like for a full cobra or have them bent. Exhale down. And pushing up on the inhale to your downward facing dog. Maybe finding stillness or pedaling out the feet. Maybe shaking the head, yes and no. So this might be your first downward dog of the day. Just checking in with your body and your breath. On your next inhale, coming to a plank. So with Hatha Yoga, we're going to hold different poses with several breaths. but feel free to come in and out as needed. So just moving through this plank and holding it for several breaths. Your knees can always be down on the ground, or knees can be up. Feeling free to come up into a downward dog or holding the plank on either your hands or even on your forearms. Next exhale, coming down, inhaling to a cobra, maybe looking over your shoulders. Exhale back to the ground. Inhale up through to a downward dog. Inhaling, meeting your feet to your hands. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale down, and inhale rolling all the way up to stand. Just finding some free form of movement here. Maybe swaying back and forth with the arm, the upper body. The feet can be planted on the ground or lifting the heels as you twist side to side. Maybe lifting the legs, the feet off the ground if you'd like. Whatever movement is calling to you today. We'll find stillness in mountain pose. So planting the feet below your hips, arms out by your sides with intention. Just take a moment to bask in gratitude, to embody gratitude in this moment, and setting perhaps an intention for your practice or day today. Using our breath to anchor you in that intention. Inhale, raising the arms up overhead. Exhale, arms down. Just going to widen the feet, preparing for a goddess squat or a sumo squat. Feet can be pointed out slightly. And squatting down, inhaling up. Just going to move through this pose to warm up the legs before holding the squat. Arms can be perhaps in cactus or on your thighs. And as we hold the squat, continue to breathe either normally or practice the breath of fire. So with the breath of fire, we inhale and exhale rapidly through the nose. And breathing fully and exhaling fully out the diaphragm. This breath is about 2 or 3 breaths per second with the mouth closed. This pose helps to strengthen the lungs, speed up the metabolism, help to generate inner stillness, to focus. Inhale up and exhale back down. Continue with the breath of fire, or if that's uncomfortable for you, then just breathing normally. Just noticing what changes, shifts with this breath of fire in your mind and body. Inhale up. Going to take a wide-legged forward bend here. So feet pointed towards the side of the mat, and exhale down with a flat back. Your knees can be either straight or bent. Using your hands either on the ground or a prop, like a block. Maybe coming to one leg to stretch. And just continue to breathe normally. Inhale to center and exhaling to the other leg. Noticing how this inversion feels. Bringing the head below the heart helps to soothe the nervous system. You can either hang out in the center or maybe twisting out with one arm overhead. On the next exhale, bring that arm down. Inhale, twisting to the other side. Maybe that arm comes up. Continue to breathe normally as you feel this twist in your body. Exhale that arm down. Pausing for a moment in stillness and center. Maybe grabbing the opposite elbows. Shaking the head, yes and no. And inhale, coming up however is comfortable. Bringing the feet a little bit closer together. We're going to take a chair pose here. So feet could be together or apart, whatever is comfortable. Exhale and inhale up. Exhale, imagining you're sitting back in a chair. Knees are not going in front of the ankles. I'm just showing you from different angles. Continue to breathe, inhaling up to stand. Exhaling to squat back to a chair. Arms can be up or to your hips. Inhale up. We're going to take this chair with a twist. So exhale, bringing the opposite elbow to the opposite knee. Just breathing as you hold this twist. Hands can be in prayer pose or straight if that's whichever is comfortable. And breathing, inhaling up to stand, exhaling, twisting to the opposite side, elbow to opposite knee. Just noticing how the two sides feel different in these twists. Inhaling up to stand. Exhale the arms down, maybe interlocking the hands behind your back, opening up the chest, the shoulders. And inhale, arms up, exhale down to the ground, stepping your legs back to a plank. And inhale to a downward dog. Inhale, right leg up, bringing it in between your hands as you inhale, coming up to either a high lunge or a low lunge. Holding this lunge for a few breaths. Knee over top of the ankle. Hands facing towards each other. And exhale, arms down. Just going to switch sides. So bring that leg back and just going to downward dog to switch opposite knee up in the air. Inhale, bringing that leg in between your hands. And finding either your high or low lunge. Palms facing towards each other. Squaring the hips to the front of the mat. Noticing that your knee is over top of your ankle. Exhale, arms down. Bring that leg back and back to downward dog. Just going to inhale through the plank. Breathing here. Knees can always be down. Inhale to downward dog. Inhale the right leg up and bring it in through center back to a high lunge. Just going to turn that back foot out for a warrior two. Then bring that arm down to your knee for a side angle pose. The upper arm can be stretched overhead or down to your hip. Just noticing how this side angle pose feels in your body, your shoulders, your arms, hips. Inhale back to warrior two. Maybe gazing over your front fingers. Inhale. Turning back to a high lunge, feet towards in front. Bringing the feet back, coming to a downward dog. Inhale, opposite leg up, making your way to a low or high lunge on the opposite side. And turning the back foot out to the side for a warrior two on this side. Exhale the arm down to the knee, and sweeping the other arm overhead for a side angle pose. You can always straighten the arms to either a block or the ground if you like for a deeper twist. It's going to be different every day. Breathing and just noticing how these twists feel on each side of the body. Inhale to rise back up to warrior two. And coming back to a high or low lunge. I'm just going to step the feet back to a plank. And inhale, I'm going to come into a side plank here. So you can either have your bottom knee on the ground for support, or you can have both legs straight, whichever is most comfortable for you. You can also have your forearm down or your hand on the ground. The upper arm can be up straight or to your hip. And breathing, finding a comfortable gaze. Exhale that arm down. It's going to do a side plank on the opposite side, but first, just if you want, you can shake out your wrists. Taking a moment to breathe. These planks can be quite intense on the core, the physical body. And when you're ready, taking a side plank on the opposite side. The knee may be down, arm can be to your hip or up in the air, or legs can be straight, whichever is most comfortable for you today. Just continuing to breathe as you hold this physical posture. Just noticing the natural shaking in the body, the strength in your body holding you up. Exhaling that arm down. Just coming to kneel, taking a hero pose. Feet are flexed, toes are curled if you like. And as we hold this hero pose or kneeling position, just going to practice that breath of fire, breathing rapidly in through the nose, and as you fill this diaphragm with air, warming the navel area of your body. Inhaling, exhaling fully as that balloon empties and fills as you breathe rapidly through the nose. Taking a break as needed. Just noticing how this breath work feels compared to the earlier practice of it. The breath of fire is just moving rapidly, but also at a comfortable pace as well. And as you continue to breathe, either naturally or with the breath of fire, taking a moment of gratitude again. And inhale, coming back into a child's pose. Knees can be wide or together. Releasing that breath of fire as we relax here in child's pose. Just noticing how this child's pose feels compared to the one at the beginning of the class. Maybe taking the arms to stretch to one side. Just stretching the sides of the body here. Leaning to one side. Inhaling back to center and exhaling, twist, bending slightly in this child's pose, the opposite side. Feeling a lengthening in the sides of your body. We'll inhale, lean, coming back up. And just finding a comfortable sitting position for a moment. Bringing the soles of the feet together for a butterfly pose. You can either stay up straight or bending slightly forwards, only until you feel a sensation of a stretch in your body. Just being mindful of any pain in your joints. Maybe massaging your feet if you like. I'm going to stretch the legs out in front of you, flexing the feet and holding the staff pose. Hands just behind your hips, fingers towards your toes. Your feet can be flexed as well. Just engaging your pelvis, pelvic floor, your belly button to your spine, letting your shoulders smile open. Either holding that pose or exhale as you fold forwards. These can be either bent slightly or straight. Forward folds are great for soothing the body and the mind. We're going to prepare for a boat pose. So there's variations of this. Just choosing whichever feels most comfortable. Feet can be on the ground or raising them off the ground. Hands can be supporting you on the ground or up in the air if you choose to do so. These can be bent or straightened. You can always move throughout all these different variations. Continuing to breathe in and out the nose or the mouth if that's more comfortable. Noticing the natural shaking in your body as it works to hold you up. And you can always come out of this, maybe windshield wiping the knees back and forth. I'm just going to take that boat pose once more and holding it for several breaths. Building strength in your core as a foundation for your body as it radiates to build strength in your being as well. Just breathing, finding your variation, feet off the ground or up in the air. Coming back down, maybe windshield wiping those light knees back and forth once again. I'm going to take a seated pigeon pose. So crossing the right ankle across the left knee. Just bringing the feet close to you until you feel a sensation of a stretch. Engaging your torso to find strength and stability in this posture. So we're just balancing as we stretch and lengthen. We also build strength in this posture. Exhale that leg down, give it a little shake as we switch sides, bringing the left ankle to the right knee. Moving the legs towards you as you like for a stretch. Just continuing to breathe. Hands behind you for support. And exhale, coming out of this stretch. Just going to stack one shin over top of the other. Just going to turn to face the camera. So we have the upper leg, the knee is above the foot, and then the upper foot is above the other knee. Maybe either finding a forward bend if you like, or sitting up in stillness. Just noticing how this stretch feels in your body, if it's comfortable or not. and breathing. Inhaling up, exhale to forward bend again. Inhaling up, I'm just going to switch the position. So stacking the other leg over top of the other. Feet can both be flexed, either finding stillness or bending forward slightly until you feel sensation of a stretch. Just breathing and noticing how this stretch feels in your body. Noticing the breath as it moves as you hold this position. Inhale back up to sit. So for today's practice, we're going to take a seated Savasana, the seated final resting pose, but feel free to always lay down if that's more comfortable for you. Maybe kneeling down if you like, or you can have the knees together and coming to a child's pose with the knees together. Maybe having the arms out behind you, or they could be up overhead like a other child's pose variation. Just taking this moment to rest here, finding whichever posture is most comfortable for you to rest in for a few minutes. Just continue to breathe. Remembering again your intention for your practice and for your day that you set earlier. Maybe taking a moment to bask in gratitude. Just taking a moment again to be with your breath. Taking note of how you feel at the end of today's practice compared to when we first began and throughout the different postures that we took, the different breathing. You can either continue your final rest in this child's pose or feeling free to change your posture. If you choose to begin to come out of the if you choose to come out of the rest, maybe inhaling back up to kneel. Maybe inhaling the arms up overhead, exhaling down. And just twice more, inhaling up, exhale down. Inhale to bring your arms up and exhaling down. Taking a moment again to bask in the sun, the sunshine, and the light within that extends outwards as you practice self-care, knowing that you are able to give more to others as you care for yourself. Just taking a moment to relish in the length that you have built both in your body and your mind through the different breath work and physical postures that we took today. And thanking yourself for practicing. May we be grateful. May we be happy.